Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Patrick. Today I'm going to show you how you could save records into the database. Okay, so let's switch to Windows 10. Okay, this is where we left off yesterday or last chapter. Alright, so what we want to do is So what we want to do now is whenever a user click a plus, the user fill up the data and click save, we will try to save these three fields into our database, right? So we have one database over here, right? Student table, and these three fields. Okay, we are trying to saving the data into these three fields. All right. So what are we going to do? Okay, first of all, we need an on-click event. Whenever so we will need an on-click event. Okay, so we'll call a JavaScript function. Okay, do save. All right, and we need to implement the on-click event inside this JavaScript. Do save. Okay, so we need three parameters over here: student ID, name, class. Okay, so we are going to declare student ID equals, we're trying to use the jQuery select ID. Okay, val what's next? Name. Okay, name equals to name. Okay, val class. Oh, see, this is a reserved word, so we cannot use class as a variable name. All right, so I guess all these three fields are required, so we have to check with whether it's not empty or not. All right, and name is not empty, so this is an AND operator, AND. Okay, and the class is not empty. Okay, we have to close it with this one. Then only you do. Otherwise, you will need to echo something or notify your user all fields are required, something like that. Okay, let's save it. And so what we do over here, so we will call we will pass a AJAX call. We will need the AJAX call. All right, I try to copy this AJAX call from other place. All right, see, align it a little bit. Okay, so we have to change it a little bit. Okay, maybe it's do save. All right. Okay, it's a post and data should be 3 of the parameter plus student ID plus and name equals plus name. Okay, plus equals the class equals the plus. Okay, so this is the data type and the function and all those things. So this one should not be a dialog. So whenever the response coming back, we will try to split it into using this pipe token. Okay, so if s equals 1, okay, so it's a success. So we try to Windows location, refresh, reload. Okay, if s0 is a 0, it's a failure. Oh, sorry, this is assignment already. So what should I do? Just echo the s1. Okay, that's about it. So we have to implement this file, do save. So we have to open up another file. Okay, so over here you have a new file. Oh, sorry, I think I should open over here then save. Windows is a little bit different from Linux, as it will append the extension for you automatically, but I don't want that. Okay, so we have to save it as a PHP file. Okay, do save. I hope it will append the PHP for me. Do save. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay, I have to do it myself. Okay, so this one include once mysql.php. Oh, so I have to close this file and open up the do save because of extension. Okay, so again, for each of the post content as key, okay, value, key real escape string value. Oops, sorry, connection is a must. So what this statement means is actually taking the post and split that into a key and value array. Okay, it's turning the whole thing into an array. Okay, so let's say I have posted this student and student ID. This is a value. Student ID is a value. So this student ID becomes a key. Okay, so when it's split over here, for each over here, then it will become $sign. The double $sign is correct. It's not a syntax problem. Okay, it's not my problem also. So the $sign key, this part will turn into student ID. Okay, so in front added a $sign, meaning that it's turn that into a variable. So it becomes student ID become a variable instead of the key. So it's assigned. Try to escape all the values inside this variable into a escape ready variable, so that I can use it. I can insert into a database without any problem. Okay, and this is also part of the measure to avoid any SQL injection attack. All right. Okay, let's see. So we need to create a SQL statement. So this time we use insert statement. Okay, student. What are the fields? Student ID, name. This class is a reserved word, so we need to backtick it. Okay. Oh, sorry. Values. So there are 3 values over here. Okay, comma. Okay. So PHP allows multiple line string, something like that. It's different from VB, and even Delphi also does not allow multi-line string. Okay, so you can, you can just press enter and you start another line. as long as you close it and you close the double quote over here. Okay, all right. So over here, so what are the variables that it will? So I normally will make a remark. So this is actually student ID, name, and also the class. Sorry. Okay, so these are the variables that eventually will be assigned. So this double slash is actually a remark. Okay, tell PHP that don't execute this code. This is a remark. Okay. Okay, this is a student ID. Okay, first field, second field, name, and the class. Okay. All right. Results. MySQL query something, and SQL. Execute the SQL so that you can insert it into the database. Okay. And if results, then echo
localhouse N1012
echo 1. So it's a successful, right? So insert, or maybe add successful, some message. Okay, else, so it's a failure. This is a failure. Add fail. So I echo this one with a pipe so that when the results goes back to the dialog, okay, this dialog, it will split that into two variable, two array, okay, one dimensional, two array, one with index 0 and 1. 0 is the first one, meaning that this part, okay, this part, this is a 0. So this is S1, okay, this is S1. So it will compare S0 is 1 or not. If yes, then refresh your window. Otherwise, S0 is 0 or not. If it's 0, then just echo out the error, the message, the S1. S1 is this one, this part, right? This part or this part. So it can be either one. It cannot be both. All right. Okay. So, but this is not perfect yet. So we have to check something, whether it's a duplicate or not. Right? Function is duplicate. Okay, we check for duplication. So pass in a student ID. Student ID must be unique. Remember? Okay. So we try to bring the connection in. This is to bring the connection from outside of the function into this function so that I can use the connection. All right. So we select it. Select student ID from student where student ID equals student ID. So we try to look for this student ID, whether it exists in the database or not. All right. Result connection SQL. Okay. So num row, we try to look for whether there is anything return or not. MySQL num row. Okay. So if num row equals greater than 0, then return false. True. Okay, true. Else, if it is equal to 0, then return false. Okay, so this is a long way of writing the expression, or you can write it this way: return num row is greater than 0. That's it. Okay, this is the equivalent of just now if then else, right? If else statement. Okay, this is equivalent. So return whether the num row is greater than 0 or not. If greater than 0, then return true. Otherwise, return false. Okay, so it's try to look for this table, whether it has the student ID or not. So how can we use it? So if not is duplicate, okay, then only we do this part, okay, then only we do this part, okay. Else, if not, then we echo a failure with some message duplicate the record, something like that. So we complete the whole thing, the addition of the record. All right. Okay, that is about all about insert. Let us test it out. Okay, there's only one record, and let's see. We add another record. Okay, and 1B. Okay, let's click save. All right, success. Okay, it will refresh a page. Okay, so just now let's see where is the echo or alert. Okay, this should not be here. Okay, so so we are successfully adding a new record into the database. All right, so that's all for today's chapter. All right, if you like my video, please hit the like button, share my video, and also subscribe to my channel, and I will continue to produce this type of video for you. All right, and hopefully I will see you again in next chapter. Okay, thank you, bye bye.